Beautiful souls, welcome back to this week's episode of the You Unlimited podcast. I am so grateful that you're here. It is the week of Thanksgiving, and we have so much to be thankful for. And probably a big part of that is getting through the astrology of 2025, almost to the end of this beautiful year of completion. So in numerology, 2025 equates to the number nine. If you add up all those numbers, it's a nine, and nine essentially means it's the ending of something. It's completion. It is the death of something. And so my guess is you've been moving through a lot. And we're going to be talking about the power of really, one, letting ourselves have those moments of moving through those, the heaviness. It's there, it's moving for a reason because it's ready to be released. And also the power of starting to really tune into gratitude, but in a different way. Because I know for so many of us, I mean, we've got either a gratitude practice or we've heard about gratitude, all of these things. If you're tuning in, you're a very high vibrational, tuned in person that has definitely heard about the power of gratitude. But I'd love to kind of turn that concept on its head a little bit and how to use it to magnetize in everything that you desire and to allow you to be unattached to all the things that you're manifesting. And just the beauty and the power of taking a pause in the running, in the shape shifting, in the expansion, in the healing, in all of the heaviness that we've been walking through in 2025. I'm sure there have been so many moments of like beautiful, light expansiveness. And if you're anything like me and the collective, you've definitely had moments of contraction, of needing to heal something, needing to meet a version of yourself that you haven't yet met or sat with or given space to really unpack and reparent and things of that nature. So, this episode is all going to be about the power of gratitude, but also how to kind of turn it on its head for those that might be a little bit bored of your standard everyday gratitude practice. Now, if you don't have a gratitude practice, it's really empowering to either start your day or end your day with listing out all of the things that you're grateful for. But the trick is you have to feel it because I think a lot of people, myself included, will kind of get in like that. All right, this is my morning routine and I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. And it's like checking a box versus the entire reason you're doing the gratitude practice in the first place is for you to feel the gratitude in the cells of your body, for you to really witness the beauty and marvel in the beauty that is your life, to then allow you to have more of those hawk eyes for more beauty, for more magic. It's like when we notice something, we start to notice it more. When someone says, don't look at the red car, and you're like, okay, and then all you see are red cars moving forward. Things like that. Don't think of the green elephant, right? Okay, well, now I can't not think of a green elephant. And so it's these things where it's like when we bring it into our awareness, it starts to multiply and we start to notice more and more of these things. And the beauty of when, let's say, we're leaning into our beautiful gratitude practice in whatever way we may have been leaning into it, what it's doing is it's raising your frequency, it's raising your vibe, I should say. And by raising your vibe, it's going to put you on a new frequency. So, what it allows you to do is, even in the darkest of times, we take a moment to really pause and say, but what is going good in my life? What else is something that is empowering and beautiful and expansive and things of that nature? Now, the one caveat I will say about a gratitude practice is if you're deep in a need to heal something, so often in the spiritual community, we've been taught to kind of have the pendulum swing from one end of the spectrum, which is I'm in total despair, to being like, but look at the bright side, find the like the happiness, and you have so much to be grateful for. And so we just kind of like bypass the whole healing. We don't see ourselves through that process, and there's the need to have that space in between called the neutrality, right? So I think I do want to just caveat a gratitude practice where if you're in a state of like, I'm not there yet and I can't get there yet and I am moving through something really, really heavy, I want you to actually sit with yourself through that and or have someone sit and hold that sacred space for you. I heal people all day long. This is my passion, my purpose. It guides people into how they build their 7+ figure empires. but I need my own healers. So, yes, we can hold sacred space for ourselves all day, and I will always have a healer on retainer for that reason. Because when we can have someone sit with us, hold space for us, have the unbiased perspective, have the 20,000-foot view versus the one that's like the 1 foot view, or the I'm embodied in this view. So, therefore, it's not even a 1 foot view. It is like I am in it. I am so deep in it, I can't see straight. That is the power of saying, before I just jump straight into the gratitude and it doesn't feel authentic and it doesn't feel embodied, I need to neutralize in the middle, which means I need to heal what's coming up for me right now. So if you're in that process, I would invite you to say, like, to really honor why that's coming forward. What is it that that past version of me really needs me to know? Or what is my nervous system trying to communicate to me right now? What is this reminding me of when I was younger, or last week, or last time I did this in business? And how can I actually guide myself through that process of reparenting myself through that, telling myself what's actually true, somatically moving it from the cells of my body, right? Because we can intellectualize things all day long, but if the cells of our body are still holding on to a story, it's going to be really hard, no matter how great your gratitude practice is, to just move past something. So, big caveat when it comes to the gratitude practice is that doesn't mean deny your feelings. That doesn't mean bypass the healing. That doesn't mean move past the big thing that's actually the elephant in the room. Give yourself that spaciousness to feel it, so that when you step into a gratitude practice, and I'm going to talk shortly, pretty soon, about kind of like how I'm turning it on its head. But when you step into a gratitude practice, it feels embodied, it feels authentic. You can really feel the actual gratitude coursing through your veins, the joy of what you're surrounded with, right? You can actually feel it in the cells of your body because you have space. So we have to heal to create the spaciousness to feel what it is that we also desire. And how do we heal? We feel the things that maybe we don't desire as much, which is why I have people hold that space for me. Because sometimes there's a part of me that's like, I just want to numb out. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to go there. And then when I have someone hold that sacred space, I'm like, okay, I can intentionally go in. I know that we're going to be here for X amount of time. And my goal is really to witness this part of myself so that I can move it and have more spaciousness to really, really feel. So if, let's say, you're newer to a gratitude practice and you haven't bypassed all the healing that needs to happen too, and these things can come in tandem. It doesn't mean put all of your gratitude on hold while you're holding something heavy, but it just means don't spiritually bypass something that needs to be healed. So when you're leaning into your gratitude practice, you can absolutely lean into the traditional way of, let's say, journaling, 3 to 5 to 10 things you're grateful for that starts your day off. So you're looking for more and more things to be grateful for. That practice is beautiful. And that if that resonates with you, it's going to have you not only raise your vibration, put you on a different frequency, attract in more people that are on that frequency as well. But it's also going to have you start to look for those things even more, which is beautiful because now you're sourcing it, you're creating it. You are, again, like with the hawk eyes and the binoculars, like all of a sudden these beautiful synchronicities start to happen because we raised our vibration, which is beautiful. The thing I want to say about a gratitude practice is, when it comes to manifestation, we can utilize a gratitude practice in a really potent and powerful way by using this to future forecast what it is that we desire, by feeling that feeling right now. So when I'm doing my gratitude practice, it's not just about what am I grateful for that's in my 3D reality right now. It's what am I grateful for right now in this moment that I'm desiring to manifest. So this is where we flip it on its head a little bit. This is where we say, let's say you're wanting to have your first 7-figure year, right? So there's a version of you that's like, maybe you're not there yet, right? And so instead of spending all of your time saying, I'm grateful for making multiple 6 figures, I'm grateful for, yes, you can do that. And there's so much power in already tuning into that vibration, that frequency of the 7-figure version of you. And the way that we do that is we are grateful for that 7-figure income right now. We say it as if it's already happened, but the most important thing is we feel it. We feel it like it's already happened. Whether you need to close your eyes and say it out loud, this is one of the most powerful practices that we can do. When we can start to future forecast, but feel it in the now, it is drawing that timeline and they're collapsing in on one another. So this is how you amplify your gratitude practice, is by saying, I'm going to start to tune into what is it that I desire to bring in, And can I feel that in my bones right now? So let's say specifically you want your next launch to go really well. And so you're like, okay, like whatever that looks like, I'm desiring for my next launch to be X amount of money, right? Or I'm desiring for my sales calls to be to, net out in XYZ. Maybe 50 people step into a space, maybe 5 people step into a space. Whatever your goal is, start to get clear on what it is that I desire. And I want you to actually start to close your eyes and feel into it like it's already happened from the beginning of the process all the way through to the end. So let's say you have a sales call that's happening tomorrow and you're like, oh, I just really want to support this person. I would feel so grateful if they stepped in. It's my new rates. That would feel really good. Okay. Now you want to start to get in the feeling that it's already done, right? So what does that look like? You're closing your eyes. You're starting to really tune in and say, ah, I'm so grateful. She shows up on the call. We're conversing. She's sharing with me all the things that are alive for her now, the goals that she's leaning into. The call is going amazing, and she's seeing herself in her highest self. I'm so grateful to facilitate a powerful conversation where she's able to actually feel for the first time. This is you guiding this new visualization that the sale is closing, but you have to walk yourself through the whole process. And that deep reminder, it's not even about you. Sales calls are not about you, right? Like when you're holding a sales call, it's not about you. Therefore, we can't take it personally if they say yes or no. It's not about you. It's about holding space for them to see their highest vision and for the two of you to tune in and say, and is this the catalyst to get me there? Is this the most aligned catalyst to get me there? Right? And if it's not, beautiful. You're now creating space for the next person, the next 3 soul aligned people to step into the space that are soul aligned. And now you're letting that person find their soulmate, right? But if you kind of know in your bones, like, I am so grateful to support this person, I want you to close your eyes and start to visualize the entire process from A to Z. What does it look like when she steps onto the call? What breakthroughs is she already having? But say it as if it's already happening. So, again, the example, I'm so grateful she's already having breakthroughs on the call. She's already realizing like she can do this. She can step into this. This is her next level version of success. She's ready for this. And I'm so grateful to hold that sacred space. And she's so ready to step in. So I share with her the ways that that looks like. And she is ready to step in. She pulls out her card. I enter her card info in the thing. Like you're going into tactics, right? And you're feeling into how good it feels to hold space for someone to say yes to themselves, right? And then after that, after she's fully stepped in, we schedule the first call. And then right after that, she has one of the biggest breakthroughs of her entire life. And then every week, session after session, or whatever your containers look like, right? Whatever you're selling, whatever the thing is, she's having massive breakthroughs with this experience. If you're selling a product, right? How that product is changing someone's life. Think about the testimony, how grateful you are that when they wear it, when they take it, when they utilize it, how it's changing their life. And you are in that immense gratitude for now she's sent me a testimonial and she's talking about how it's changing her sister's life and her kids' lives and all of these things. And you are, with your eyes still closed, feeling this with every ounce of your body, the gratitude of how you can be of service to this incredible individual and all of the ripple effect that that means. And the goal is, as you're doing this, you've now stepped into this next timeline. You are in the gratitude of as if it's already happened, and it's allowing you to fully step into those timelines collapsing, which is incredible. So that is how we kind of start to turn gratitude on its head is yes, we can talk about what we have in our 3D reality. And so many people are used to doing that, myself included. But I found my business really started to take off when I was doing future forecasting with my gratitude and really feeling it within the cells of my body. That's when things started to really take off in my business because then I was unattached. Then I knew I was here in service. Then I felt so grounded and grateful to hold sales calls, right? Because again, sales calls aren't about you. They're never about us, right? The goal is to hold a sacred container for someone to explore themselves and to see if that space makes sense for them. And if it does, guiding them across the finish line. Because that's scary to say yes to yourself, right? Like when I say yes to myself and wild containers that I'm like, wow, what am I spending on? $50,000. Here we go. Like, you know what I mean? I deeply appreciate when someone is kind of walking me past that finish line because it might be the first time I've ever invested that amount in myself, right? And so you're guiding them past the finish line. You're having them say yes to themselves, not you, yes to themselves in a brand new way. And that is the breakthrough for them. Right. But we have to take ourselves out of the equation. How do we do that? By being in gratitude, by being unattached, and by actually feeling the feelings of this person already stepping in, all the massive shifts that this is having in their life. Like when we can feel that, it's, you know, it's not about you. When you're getting a testimony from someone that's like, you changed my freaking life, you know that this is God's work, right? This is not even about you. And so you allow yourself to be a conduit in a brand new way. So if you are wanting to step into an exercise like this in a really powerful way, if you haven't yet downloaded my 7-figure shift exercise, that's kind of exactly what I'm having you do. I'm having you really step into the vision of what that looks like, and I'm guiding you through that whole process, right? And I am also guiding you through a nervous system regulation technique that as you're stepping into visualizing this going really well, you're also telling your body it's safe for that to happen, which is really powerful. So it's coupling what we just did with a nervous system regulation technique in the 7-figure shift. So if you haven't grabbed that yet, I 10 out of 10 recommend go into the show notes, click that link, and allow yourself to really step into and immerse yourself into this next level version of gratitude. So with that, I hope you have the most incredible Thanksgiving. I am sending you so much light and love. I hope that you are surrounding yourself with people that nourish you, with people that love you, but most of all, I hope that you are nourishing and loving yourself, because no matter what anyone else is doing around us, if we are filling ourselves up, if we are loving on ourselves, if we are nourishing ourselves, it doesn't matter what's happening on the outside because we've already filled ourselves up to the brim and everything else is sprinkles on top. I remember when I was really wanting validation from certain people in my life for certain things. And the second I started actually really filling myself up, was when they could actually see me in my highest expression. And then they were like, wow, I noticed you doing these incredible things. And when they said it, I no longer needed it. And it was, again, just the sprinkles on top because people are going to mirror back what it is that they're witnessing energetically. So if I'm needing someone to validate me, that means I have a void. They can't validate me because all they see is a void. All they sense is a void. They're like, I don't think she is that because I don't sense it. Right. And we're like, why won't this person tell me I'm good enough? And they're like, I don't think she thinks she's good enough. So I can't tell her that, you know? But when I know I'm good enough and I fill myself up with all that yummy, juicy, expansive, incredible self care, now I know I'm good enough that all of a sudden everyone else around me is like, damn, you're really good at that. And you're like, I know. Like, I know, you know? And again, it's just the sprinkles on top because we no longer need it, but they're mirroring back what they witness now, which is she's really good at that. Wow. Like she's enough. Like I witnessed this within her because she witnesses this within her, right? So, little tangent there, but I'm sending you so much light and love. And that is the importance, though, of filling yourself up no matter what this Thanksgiving, no matter who you're hanging out with, right? Protect your energy. Also, very important. And just allow yourself to be filled with so much light and love. So much light and love this Thanksgiving. The other thing I actually want to, now that I'm thinking about Thanksgiving, gift you in this space is my 5-minute energy reset. If you have not downloaded that yet, and you're going to hang out with people for the holidays, and sometimes people say, you think you're healed, go home for the holidays. This is going to protect your energy from uncle who might be crazy, you know, like from like maybe you and your mom don't have the best relationship. Maybe you and your sister, there's things that trigger you, blah, blah, blah. 10 out of 10 recommend you download the 5-minute energy reset. This will cleanse and clear your energy, protect your energy before you go to Thanksgiving with family. After you go to Thanksgiving with family, it's like taking an energetic shower, right? You're washing off everything you just energetically picked up on before, during, and after. So that is another free gift that it just popped in my mind that it feels really, really important for you to be leaning into this Thanksgiving is please, please, please protect your energy. And you can do it in 5 minutes or less because I know myself as a high achiever, as someone who's just like likes to do things fast. That's the Aries in me. I want to do things fast. 5 minutes is something every single one of us have. And it is like the thing that will absolutely transform the way that you feel at Thanksgiving, the way that you protect your energy, and also what you release on the back end of being around, let's say, maybe low vibrational people that aren't as conscious as you are. So that is my gift to you. I'm sending you so much light and love. And until next time. Mwah.